Bet you can't guess where I am. Yeah, so this is my old room. Right now it serves as kind of an in-between room. My little sister comes back home from college and stays here for the summertime or anytime she's visiting. I thought I'd come in here and film because A, this is pretty much like the genesis of my channel, was just like plopping this camera down close to this angle, sometimes in a corner over there, but always a bad lighting choice, and just talking to the camera. So I thought I'd do a similar thing today. It's a little bit weird because I spent a lot of time in high school making YouTube videos alone in my bedroom. Someone was super social. But some of you guys might remember this place. I took a couple little videos around here, but I want to respect my sister's privacy since she has a lot of her shit out. Things change, and this room has changed, and I have changed, and my channel has changed. Everything's changed, and that's a great and wonderful thing. But sometimes it's fun to just get back to basics. Talk to ya, sit down, do my makeup, because that's what I'm gonna do. I have my makeup right here. I thought I'd film it like classic A-Rose 186 style.
Whoa.
Yeah, like
time machine.
Yeah.
Woo.
Like no tripod, no Will to help me figure out lighting. It's just me.
I'm not here.
The Will,
I'm fading.
no,
I'm fading.
no. That's good. Oh, is Charles in here? Charles is still up and kicking. This little rat. A lot of you guys might remember I did a video of me making a song about him in high school. Did you ever see that video?
No, but I'm gonna look it up ASAP.
But he's still doing great. He's beautiful as ever.
I'm gonna take him outside.
He used to go outside. Oh, he's so sweet. All he does is just nap all day. That's
like me.
Y'all, I already got a tick bite, like right on the side of my boob, and it was a deer tick, so I'm gonna be worrying about Lyme disease for the next year. Can't wait. First up, I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my Bite Beauty lip mask. This is the Agave Lip Mask. It's the bomb.com. It's so good. Doesn't have a name on it, but it's like the red one. You can tell by the ring around it, it's red. It reminds me of the Glossier bomb.com in cherry, but this one is actually a lip mask, and it makes your lips feel amazing if you use it. Beauty Blender, Peach Perfect Foundation. This is my new fave. It's freaking awesome. I don't know why I haven't used it up to this point, but if you aren't using this foundation, what you doing? I'm using it in vanilla because my skin, if you can't tell, is a lot more tan than my face, so this might be a little darker than my natural face. We'll see. Also, I already primed my face with the Too Faced Hangover RX. This is my favorite primer. Too Faced is killing it. By the way, I'm very behind every beauty trend. Like, very behind. This foundation, just found it. Hangover RX, just found it. My new favorite setting spray, Hangover RX 3-in-1, just found it. I am so behind. Also, all of these come in travel sizes. Genius. Some exciting stuff happened while I was gone, so I thought I'd mention it while I'm doing my foundation. Mr. Student Body President came out. The 3rd and 4th season came out while I was gone and wasn't making YouTube videos, and it's really, really good.
All right, let's make this quick. What do you dickheads want?
We want to talk to you about your history with a certain presidential candidate.
Chad Fish. We know you two go way back from his unpopular days.
Psh, whatever. I don't got time for this.
Grody, tell us about the sex boys.
What? How'd you know about that?
I have been spending a lot more time in my life focusing on acting and trying to further my career in that sense rather than YouTube. And you can probably tell just because I haven't made a fucking YouTube video. I haven't just been like lazing around the house. I mean, I have, but I've also been taking classes and trying to be active in auditioning. I've also been traveling a lot. Traveling with Will's family, traveling with friends, traveling for work. It's just been a lot of moving around and not a lot of staying in the same place, which I am not upset about. I love traveling, I love moving around, but it's been really nice just like settling back into LA. I say making a YouTube video from Arkansas. Mr. Student Body President came out and it is hilarious, and I'm so proud of it. And it's on Go90 if you want to watch it. It's also on Tumblr if you want to go watch it. I'll link it down in the description box so you can go check it out. If you don't know what it is, that is the show that we filmed 3 seasons of last summer. Very ambitious, but we got it all done in 45 days, so bam. Oh hi, it got way too stormy to continue filming, so I stopped. It's the day after. I'm wearing the same top. You're not going crazy, I'm going crazy. I'm gonna start everything over again, but I'm just gonna speed it up until we get to the point that you've already seen, so let's get popping on the rest of this. How about? Let's do this thing. So next up, let's bring out my tried and true Wowder. This has different packaging now. Yas, 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 yas. I'm also gonna use this Hourglass brush that I spent way too much money on, but it's really, really good, so maybe I did. I'm just gonna set my entire face with this because that's what I like to do. One thing I feel like has really changed on YouTube is now it's very self-aware. Everyone's always trying to stay ahead of the curve, figure out what the next trend is. I don't know, it's overwhelming seeing how many things come out that just pass you by or you're not interested in. My favorite person who still does meme adjacent content or full meme content, depending on who you ask, is Jenna Marbles. I think she's sick and she's never stopped being sick. Hats off to her for always getting it done, and also hats off to her for camouflaging herself into a fucking chair, because only Jenna Marbles would do that. Or maybe I will next. Who knows? This chair has an interesting toile pattern that would be probably way too complicated for me to do, but I can try my best. This is the Smashbox contour palette, how original, and it's just got 3 little guys here, a contour, a bronzer, and a lighter one. I really only use the middle one just because I want to have a little color on my cheeks, because once again, still my foundation doesn't totally match my body, but that's fine. We work with what we got. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. Put on a little bronzer. Can I just say, one of the best things I ever did for my face was get a damn haircut. I'm so glad I got this haircut. Not gonna lie, it was a big step going short hair and bangs. I took it one step at a time. Bangs came first, then the short hair, but I'm really glad I did it. And now I could never go back, because I've realized my hair is too thin and stringy and greasy to be long. If it's long, it just looks grudge-like. So I'm happy to have it like this. Manageable, very manageable. Even my bangs, I do my bangs twice a week at most. Like, as long as you keep them relatively short, they're really easy to handle. I think the problem is that people think that the shorter they are, the harder they are to deal with, so they keep them long. No, no, no. Long bangs are very hard to deal with. Short bangs, very easy. Even now, these guys are getting a little too long. You can kind of tell they need a little trim. I'm gonna make a whole video of me styling my short hair because I do get questions about that a lot, and I feel like I should do justice to you guys, especially a lot of you guys who've gotten haircuts because of me. I feel responsible for you and your hair care routine, so I will make a video about it eventually, don't you worry. I'm also just gonna do blush real quick. I'm gonna use this NARS Narcissist Wanted 1 palette. This color right here, it's beautiful. It's just a really light rosy pink, which I thoroughly enjoy, and it's gonna be a good time. And I'll finish off with a little bit on my nose, just to add a flushy glow. Whose face just gets flushed right here? No one's. My entire face goes red. And I'm gonna use my new favorite product that I recently discovered, and I talked about it on my Instagram story already, but it is this glow palette from Glam. It says Hello Sexy, but I don't know if that's what it is called or if it's just saying it to me. I'm gonna use this highlighter brush. It's a fan brush, and I'm just gonna dip that actually into this bronzy shade. I'll show you. All of these are really, really wearable, and I like these 2 ones right now just because it's summertime. I'm just gonna dip on into that. Throw that on my cheekarino. Hey, ho. Get that nose highlight, bam, zam zaddy, and then finish off with a little bit of this. I'm gonna put a little bit of this guy on top just because I actually haven't used this one yet. So let's see what the deal is. Looks like highlighter, smells like highlighter. Ooh, that add anything? The interesting thing about this is apparently it has hyaluronic acid in the powder. A, how does that work in a powdered form? And B, does that mean just the tops of my cheekbones, my upper lip, and my nose are gonna be super moisturized? Because it's not gonna go on the rest of my face. I wish you guys could feel this case. It's almost rage-inducing. Like, you know when you wanna just bite something so badly that you could beat someone up because of it? That's how I feel about this. It's so nice. Okay, so I already primed my eyes. It's the Revlon Colorstay Eyeshadow Primer, in case you didn't already know. So my eyes are already primed, and now it's time to go in with the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. Yes. This has been my favorite thing as of late. I love it. The colors are nude and easy. This top row or bottom row, depending on how you're looking at it, is my favorite because it's mostly warmer tones. FYI, that's what I'm using. So while I'm doing my eyeshadow, I thought I'd answer a couple questions. I asked you guys to just ask me some stuff on my Instagram. First off, we have how different is it going back home to Arkansas after living in LA for the past few years? Do you enjoy it? Just wondering because I'm a Central Arkansan native also and can't wait to leave after I'm done with school. Nice to meet you, Maddie, fellow Arkansan. I don't know, I think when I was younger, I always thought like, oh, I'm never gonna wanna live in Arkansas again. It's so like, such a small state and I don't know, I'm a city girl at heart and I just wanna live in a big old city. But now that I come back and I see how low property prices are, oh yowza, I wanna come back. I really do. I miss, you know, the way it looks, the way it feels here. Everyone treats each other so well here. It's beautiful. I think if you come from a small town, and I don't necessarily come from a small town, Little Rock's not small, it's still a big city, but you know, if you come from a less well-known state, don't feel like you're being left behind because it is an awesome place to live if you can feel like you have a tight-knit community. And I think that's one thing I kind of realized. I didn't have a lot of friends in Arkansas, so I think that was the main reason why I didn't really care to stay for that long. And I found all my friends in different cities. I would say like most of my friends live in either LA or London. So that wouldn't be a reason for me to move home. But being around my family is awesome. Being around nature is awesome because here everything is just lush and beautiful and you actually have seasons, and my dad is like keeping bees now, which is dope. I think I've just fallen in love with the state more as I've gotten older rather than falling out of love with it, because I think as a teenager I was probably very jaded, and you could probably tell in my YouTube videos that I was like ready to get the hell out of here. But now I can't wait to come back here. Every time I leave I'm sad and I just want to be back already. So there you go. Now we've got our base shade down. I'm just gonna take this little shader brush right here and go in with this darker shade. My favorite thing to do as of late on my eyes is to use kind of a South Korean beauty technique, which is basically not lining your eyes, but just adding a smudgy darker shade to the outer edge of your lash line so it almost looks like you have a faux wing. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna use the shade Hookup, which is this brownie, beautiful one down here. Also, this palette smells really good. Too Faced kills it on so many levels. I'm really, really feeling this palette right now. I'm just gonna pack that up, tap off, and apply. Just like that. Right on the outer edge. And I'll just keep building that up until I get the color I want. It feels weird giving makeup advice now compared to when I was giving makeup advice at 14, because I feel like I was giving advice to people my age and I didn't know what I was doing, but I also really enjoyed trying to learn new things with you guys, and now I feel like I'm a little older, and as I get older I realize how little I know about makeup. This is just what I do though. It's not something that necessarily has to be your thing. Someone asked me, how do you deal with hormonal acne? Do you have an experience with hormonal imbalance, and if you do, what are the things you do to control it? And that is, hey, it's Angela. Hell yeah, hey, it's Angela. I think a lot of women have hormonal issues and they don't realize it. I'm still convinced that it's because I have high levels of testosterone, which is why I get hormonal chin area acne. We shall see if I'm just a testosterone-fueled lady, because it wouldn't surprise me. You can kind of see what I mean, just like this eye versus this eye. It's just like a little bit of extra color. Nothing crazy, but just something that adds. And I'm just applying a little bit of this deeper shade right on the lower portion of my eye as well. Bam, look at that. A couple different people have asked me about Crash on My Couch, and what I can tell you about that is, sadly, we're not continuing it for now. We don't know what's happening with it just yet. We both really enjoyed doing it. We love doing Crash on My Couch, and it seems like a lot of you guys really enjoyed it as well. So we're gonna try to keep it going at some point. I'm sorry we've stopped for so long. If you want to listen to any of the older episodes, they are all on iTunes, and they are also on SoundCloud, if that sounds good to you. Also, I am going in with Lace Teddy, which is just this nude color at the bottom, with a big fluffy brush, and putting that on my brow bone. Someone asked me, do you have any plans for getting married, or are you just a happy clam? I'm a very happy clam. I'm chillin', but that doesn't mean that we don't want to get married. We've talked about it, and it'll probably happen at some point soon-ish. I'm not saying anything, but stay tuned. Keep in mind that because we're technically still a long distance couple, he's from the UK, I'm from Arkansas, we need green cards at some point to really take things seriously. And the best way to get green cards is to get married. And we love each other very much. We've been dating now for 3.5 years. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. So I think it's the next logical step, but I'm also not setting anything in stone. Okay, next up, we're gonna do eyeliner, and I've got a weird one for you. This is the Revlon Colorstay Exactify liquid eyeliner, and this is in Mulberry. I love this color. It's a really cool kind of like plummy bronze, which you can kind of see here. But the weird thing about this is it has a wheel that you apply your eyeliner with. It is tedious, but I actually like the way that it turns out. I don't feel like it's as gimmicky as a lot of people think. I think it's really easy to look at it and go, that's not gonna work. But I think you can make it work, which is what matters. Also, before I do that, I am going to curl my lashes with my Shiseido eyelash curler because otherwise I will take my eyeliner off when I try to curl my lashes afterwards. So, curling first. Another thing that kind of reminds me of this room is a lot of trichotillomania, which is an eye pulling disorder that I've talked to you guys about before. I was suffering with it a lot in high school. Now I feel like it's almost non-existent, and I have to chalk that up almost entirely to Will. Will keep me from pulling out my eyelashes at all costs. It's like a reflex now. He sees me go for my eyes and he is like, Okay, we are all curled up. It is time to do a little bit of eyeliner. Okay, I'm not gonna do a close-up on this because A, I don't wanna have to reframe the shot, but also B, it's probably gonna be a little bit messy. This is gonna be like a very early Arden Rose tutorial, A Rose 186 tutorial, where I just don't show you anything. I kinda just try to turn this wheel as best I can, and usually it does an A-okay job. I don't know, I think people need to give these little wheels another chance, because they actually work decently well. I'm not that upset about it. Even now, you can kind of see. It's just like, it makes a line. Isn't that what you need? Just a line of eyeliner, an eye line. That's it. You can kind of see it a little bit better on this one, but not too shabby. So that's all done. That was great. Next up, speaking of new things, I think this is one of the newest Glossier items, but this is the Lash Slick. I actually love this mascara. This is not sponsored, non-spawn, but let me tell you, this stuff is great. I love this because it doesn't flake or smudge or anything. It's water resistant. It has a really, really nice kind of separated, non-clumpy formula that just looks fantastic, and I really think they killed it on this. It could have been so wrong and they got it all right, so I'm actually really proud of them because this is like the #1 thing that I was missing from Glossier was a good mascara, and this is it. It's so good. Look at that. Like, come on. I'm not trying to lash out at you, but they're looking great. If I'm not using Lash Paradise, I'm using this. Those two are my faves. They're the best. Is that it? No. Eyebrows. I have eyebrows left. That's right. Eyebrows. This is another Revlon product that's a little interesting. So the wheel is an interesting choice, and I've adopted it. I've adopted the wheel, and I'm cool with it. They reinvented the wheel. It's great. When you twist it up, it tends to only keep product in one spot, but I actually love this stuff because when it dries down, it is smudge free, so you don't have to worry about smudging it all over your face. It keeps your brows in place, and I like the feeling of combing through my eyebrows. It's just a good product. It just takes some fiddling with to work properly. Melanie asked me, how do you think your style or fashion has changed over the course of being on YouTube? How has YouTube impacted your style or fashion? There were some people that were so formative for my style growing up, and I think one of the people that for sure was that person was Jen M. She changed the game when it came to thrifting and feeling like I could go and kind of choose things that were a little abnormal but could fit with my personal style. I'd say the same thing about Bunny, Graveyard Girl. She changed the way that I looked at style as well, especially younger. I just felt like she was so cool and creative and just did whatever she wanted, and I think she's still living that mentality today. You see what I'm saying when I say this brow product just stays in one place? You have to like really move it around to get it where you want it. But yeah, I feel like her YouTube channel has gone through kind of a renaissance. All of the Shane Dawson videos, I saw all of the Graveyard Girl videos, and it's funny, but I was sort of one of those subscribers that lost touch with her a little bit until she came back with this new series, just because I felt like a lot of her content skewed younger than me. Sort of what she talks about in the series. But it's really great to see that she's doing something new with her channel and really enjoying it. And I don't know, the one thing that I feel kind of sad about YouTube is that a lot of it is focused on drama now and like finding a reason to be emotional on camera. And I'm not saying that's why Bunny has like gotten successful again. By the way, I'm parting my bangs like this while my eyebrows dry. That's what bang life is. It's just letting your brow product dry all the time. So those are eyebrows done. This is full face done. I love this like bangs gap. How do you solve the bangs gap? I do this. Nope. There we go. Sure. So there's my makeup all done. That is what I've been doing my makeup like every day for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me while I was doing it. I think being home makes me a little bit more reflective than I usually am, just because it takes me back to my roots, reminds me where I came from, reminds me how this all started, and just makes me feel really grateful. So thank you guys for hanging around for so long. Like, we've been in this together since the OG beginning YouTube days. So thank you for supporting me for so long. A lot has changed, but a lot has stayed the same as well. New haircuts, new clothes, sustainable clothes, but new. Thank you guys so much for chilling with me. Feel free to comment down below. Just tell me how you're doing, what you're thinking, and let me know what you want to see next on this channel. The sustainable fashion video is gonna go up next week. That's the next thing that's on my radar. Really excited about that. We're gonna figure out crash on my couch stuff. Thank you guys for all of you that are so concerned about it. Like, I honestly feel like a lot of times I make stuff and people don't really give a shit. But Crash on My Couch is one of those things that a lot of you guys really loved. So I'm trying to bring it back. It's gonna happen eventually. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be weird if you're watching this throwback video and you weren't subscribed. And put on the notification bell so you can see when I upload next, because it's not very frequent, and so you probably need it. All right, I love you guys so much. I really mean it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. I need to put on deodorant. I got sweaty and I hate onions.
Nice. They're the best combinations.